Hello my dear friends, and thank you for watching this short video, a reflection on spiritual freedom. An interesting subject, a challenging one nonetheless. Is there a price to pay for your spiritual freedom in this beautiful world, a modern world, and a world that has lost sight of the divinity of the Supreme? Well, in my heart, I believe there is a price to pay. And it's a price that involves a journey of self-exploration, a journey of commitment, a journey of joy, but a journey nonetheless that meets with criticism and at times rejection. From whom? Well, the rejection can come from family and friends because they feel uncomfortable in your presence. They feel threatened by your spiritual freedom because you're free, because you can stand in your power as a child of God, a child of Source, the I Am Presence. And that releases a beautiful karma energy. And that energy is threatening for those who are stuck or maybe unwilling. And we know that all of the holy men and women who've walked this sacred earth, who have honored their sacred contract, and who left us a legacy of love in their teachings, like St. Patrick, St. Cuthbert, the Celtic saints, Hildegard of Bingen, the great Teresa of Avila, Francis of Assisi, our beautiful brother Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Archbishop Romero. They represented the divine in a beautiful yet practical way, and they dared to be different. Why? Because they couldn't shortchange the divine within them, and they felt honor-bound to give their all. And in giving their all, it set them apart. And people knew they were different because they had an incredible gift. What gift? Humility. They were not obsessed with ego, notoriety, or fame. They didn't need to attend the Oscars to get a gold statuette for services rendered to God. But what they've been given is a place with the Most High. And today I can only speak from my experience. Yes, you're probably wondering why I'm in fancy dress. Well, I'm not in fancy dress, it's my uniform. Like when I was a nurse, I wore a uniform, a two-piece white suit. And people could recognize that you were a nurse, and it's the same with the police. You recognize a policeman or woman outside by their uniform, and if you've a problem, you ask for their help. But my uniform is my commitment of my heart to the Supreme. As a lay monastic, a member of the Teo community of interspiritual Franciscans who embrace all faiths. And I guess on a human level, I've encountered too the rejection of my brothers and sisters within my own family, the Catholic Christian family. But it's not all gloom and doom, challenging though it may be. But certainly your salt is tested, your worth is put to the test. And yes, I believe that there is a price to pay, but one mustn't get downhearted, dispirited, or become self-obsessed. Because if our hearts are surrendered to the Supreme, to a loving Father, Mother, God with Gaia, then we have no fear, because all our needs are taken care of. Everything we need for our survival in this incarnation is met, and that is the guarantee that we are given. Something like a guarantee that you would get for double glazing or a job well done by a plumber, and then you discover when you have a problem, you ring up the contractors and you discover they've gone out of business. They've gone into liquidation, so your contract is null and void, isn't it? But not with service to the Supreme. That contract is everlasting life. That contract is written in love. But I know that some of you who've watched some of my videos before may be aware of the price that you do pay for service. And in my own case was the rejection of my own family, because they considered me a total heretic for daring to break away from my church. I've not broken away. I'm still a Catholic Christian, but I do not buy into a lot of the negative dogma. I only buy into love, because religion is man-made. Religion was created by man to create a pathway to link with the divine. But I believe that today God is inviting us to embrace something more special, which is rich in love, and that is spirituality. It's an invitation to follow your heart, not your head. An invitation to live your life to the fullest and ignore the whims and the whimsical illusions that others place on you, the distractions that the world proposes for you each day, that you will follow them and not your heart. It is so easy in this modern world where you're bombarded with a media that is more focused on self-gratification than on self-emptying. And though the road is narrow, and though there are many obstacles on that road to the light, we are surrounded by helpers. Because I believe that from the moment I was born, not only was I given a guardian angel, but an archangel as well. And I know that my ancestors watch over me, so I'm not alone. People are amazed with the life I live as an enclosed contemplative, where I've turned my back on the world. I don't reject the world, but I've decided to shut out its drama, because a lot of it is negative and destructive. And that's the beauty of opting for this kind of life, because we have a choice to choose to say enough and to try and safeguard what we have been given. Now that may not be ideal for you, but if you are on a journey and you wish to honor your heart, then you know that you have to be disciplined, that you have to learn to say no, especially to peer pressure. And that can only come about when you've surrendered your heart to love. And you invite Source, the Supreme, with your spiritual teachers, whoever your teachers are, that they will guide you, that they will support you, and trust me, they will. But you have to initiate it. Unlike many in the world today who rely on a nanny state to tell them how much they can drink or smoke. No. You have to take responsibility. But there is a reward at the end of that, and it's inner peace. And that peace is blessed with an enrichment of other values that will sustain you, that will support you in whatever you agree to do. Namaste.